Hey guys, welcome back. If you've clicked on this video, I'm assuming you have some questions about me, which fair enough, I do too. Anyway, today we are sitting down and finally filming my 500 subscriber Q&A. Now, I did hit 500 subscribers almost a week and a half ago at this point, but I haven't been able to sit down and film the Q&A because I got sick, and I was honestly barely able to do like my acting shorts, and they're honestly kind of bad right now. We don't talk about it. I did ask you guys for questions not only on my YouTube, but also on my Instagram. So if you guys aren't following my Instagram, here's the tag. It's just Caspin-Rose. I don't post as much on my Instagram. I am trying to get better about it, but for right now, it's just kind of sitting there. And then also, I did post a short and I asked you guys for questions. So now we can sit down and we can answer the questions that you guys have about me or about my dog. So I am going to start with my YouTube questions just because I have them pulled up and it's pretty easy to go through those. So we're going to start with the ones at the very top. All right, what inspired you to start YouTube? Also, you're really good at your acting duets. Thank you. I don't feel like I'm doing very good on them right now, but I will get better, I promise. But what inspired me to start YouTube? This is a little bit of a lengthy question and answer. So originally I started YouTube when I think I was like 8 when I first started my channel. I might have been younger, but I wanted to start my own YouTube channel. I saw other people have them. I wanted to have my own. My mom was a content creator, so she is still a YouTuber. She does very different content to what I do, but she was a content creator. And so I wanted to sit there and be able to make my own videos. But of course, my mom, being the responsible adult she was, did not just hand me a YouTube channel and go, sure, here you go, have fun making videos. So instead, we ended up creating a family channel. This was a great introduction for me into the world of YouTube. I wasn't editing the videos, but I was actively being part of them, coming up with the ideas and like helping figure out what we wanted to do. And that was kind of the introduction I had to the world of YouTube. Now, fast forward to 2020, I was 13 years old and it was Christmas Day. I had just finished filming and editing an entire stop motion. It was 10 p.m. at night, but I wanted that thing to go up on Christmas. So at 10 p.m. at night, I uploaded my first stop motion. Now, I'd been making stop motion videos and movies for years, but I had never gone through, edited, and posted one. So that was my first experience getting to do that. And I fell in love with content creation there. I never exceeded, I think, 86 subscribers on that channel, but I made stop motions. I think the first one I did was like a 10-minute long stop motion. They're all still up, so you can go watch them. They're a little bit cringy, I will warn you guys. Just like some of the earlier videos on this channel are cringy. Be careful if you watch those. Slowly, I started transitioning to making vlog videos as well, and I would put them on the YouTube channel. And so eventually, we fast forward again to what should have been just before my senior year of high school. I graduated early, for those of you who don't know. So when I went my senior year, because I was graduating in the summer, they wouldn't have let me walk with the class because they walked in May. I graduated in July. And so instead of submitting my papers and just having me not go at all, I just went and took fun classes every other day. So there was that. But I had a lot going on with my health. And so I started vlogging to document my health journey for myself and my doctors, as well as just documenting some of my adventures, my friendship, my life. And it was mainly just for myself. It wasn't necessarily for views or for anything. A little bit later, it kind of shifted to I wanted to spread awareness. And that's actually kind of the original push that my mom gave me is, why don't you start vlogging and sharing your experience with your illnesses and all of that kind of stuff. And so I did. And I still make chronic illness content, although it's just a portion of what I make now. So that was kind of my initial push. And now my channel has kind of morphed into this reality TV show of my life. So I share everything from my acting, my art, my service dog content, everything like that. And I just have so much fun making it. And even if no one were to watch it, even if tomorrow I were to wake up and everyone was unsubscribed and it was only me making these videos to watch again in 5 or 10 years, I would still do it. because it's amazing to get to see the growth. Even if I go back, I mean, a lot of my old videos are private because they're really cringy, but when I do go back and I look at some of those videos, I get to see how much I've grown. And I have definitely, especially since October, I have definitely become a lot more confident. I've become my own person. And it's really cool to get to see that. So, I watch back some of these older videos and some of them just make me laugh because it was me having fun with my friends. All right, next question is, do you play games like Minecraft? So I do play video games, not as often as I used to. I used to play video games a lot more. I do have my Nintendo Switch with me, and so I do occasionally get to sit down and play video games. I have games like Legend of Zelda, Pokemon, Minecraft, Pikmin. I have like some of those like more classic games, and then I also have some niche ones. So I have Hollow Knights, which I know is a little bit bigger, but I also have things like Mail Time is one of my absolute favorites. Small cozy cottage games. When I'm home, I love playing multiplayer games with my sister. So we've played things like Sackboy. We definitely have a lot of fun with Sackboy and Little Big Planet. And I also picked up a couple years ago now It Takes Two. I have yet to finish it, but I am playing through that with my older sister, and it's a lot of fun. What is your favorite color to dye Lotus? So I love dyeing her like all kinds of colors. Like right now, she literally has the entire rainbow on her in little stars. It's fun. But I do think my favorite color to put on her is pink. Her colors, like her gear colors and everything, her theme, I guess, is pink, yellow, and orange. And I finally just ordered a yellow vest for her. So I'm excited about that. But I just think those colors look so good together. So I love doing the pink on her and then getting to kind of mess with like a yellow collar and things like that. So, but I also love putting orange on her just because I think they look really good on her. Moral of the story, my favorite color to put on her is pink at the moment. That might change. I'm indecisive. Give the Lotus aunties. Who is the favorite? Okay. So this is actually from my sister. Um, I don't think Lotus has a favorite aunt. I think she loves all of them equally. And then what is your favorite color? This is from my little sister. Speaking of my siblings, my favorite color, like I said earlier, is pink, purple, and blue. But specifically like this kind of blue. I love this like minty blue, green. I don't know. I think that's my favorite right now. But it does rotate between pink, purple, and blue. So right now it's this one. And I think that's all of our YouTube questions. So give me a second. I'm going to jump to Instagram. What is something small that instantly makes your day better? Honestly, guys, all of you. Whenever you guys leave comments on my videos, there's specifically like a couple of people who are consistently leaving comments, and I honestly just smile every time I see them. They definitely brighten my day, especially when I'm having a hard day. Like, my depression's really bad, maybe my illness is not great. I don't know, but you guys are always so sweet with your comments. And I honestly just love getting to interact with you guys. At the moment, I go in and I respond to every comment. I have seen a couple that I've ended up missing, and I'll try and respond to them whenever I see them. But for whatever reason, sometimes I just don't see them in my notifications. And so when I see comments, I respond. And so if you guys leave any comments, I will go in and respond to them. I try and like them and respond. But yeah, you guys are amazing and honestly some of the best parts of my day. So what is a video you really want to do? Okay, a lot of my channel is kind of revolving around my life, so I think I can kind of angle this a little bit to be like, what do I want to do in my life? I would love to do a lot more travel vlogs for you guys. I do have some coming up for traveling home for my older sister's graduation, but that's not the type of content I'm talking about. I'm talking about like going and visiting different places. I would love to do some travel content that way. I would also love to do like acting content, like more acting content than I already do, and sharing like my whole journey with that, like maybe walking you guys through how I'm doing self tapes or auditions and stuff like that. And then hopefully one day behind the scenes of whatever I'm allowed to on movie sets or something. One day, guys. What helps you stay motivated to post? Or yeah, I just thought I combined two questions. I will say that my motivation to post sometimes is not fantastic. So originally, when I started out this channel, I gave myself a schedule. I did not stick to it. I had several months where I would just not post anything. And then I'd come in and I'd post like 5 videos and then I wouldn't post anything for another few months. And that's definitely not great for the YouTube algorithm. So I have since adjusted, especially, I think you guys are going to hear this a lot. I've changed a lot of things since October. And that's one of the things I did in October and starting in November, because October I did Vlogtober, which was posting every single day, which is a lot. It's intense, but it's fun. In November, I just posted a couple of videos. And then December, obviously, we went back to Vlogmas. And after that, starting in January, I kind of shifted the way I do my videos. So instead of having certain days I upload, it's whenever I finish editing a video, it's going to go up the next day at 10 a.m. no matter what. And that helps me stay accountable for actually posting the videos I have filmed. For a lot of videos that I have filmed, I never get to editing them. They've never seen the light of day, and a lot of them have just been deleted, lost to the void of time and space. And so I feel like for me personally, just posting them whenever they're done being edited helps me stay on top of it. Whether I'm scheduling them to go up the next day, or if I have several videos that get finished editing, scheduling them to go up over the next couple of days. But I have to get myself to edit and post it. Otherwise, it's never going to see the light of day. So that's how I do it personally. All my thing is it's up at 10 a.m. Whatever time zone I'm in, I feel like it switches sometimes, but how do you handle bad days? So this one could go a couple of ways. I'm going to go with like bad days, like depression and everything. I'm hoping Lotus is not moving the camera right now. Be careful down there, little miss. I'm going to go with like depression, bad days. And the way I handle those is I'm going to give myself some time. I'm going to give myself maybe 5-10 minutes to just sit there, feel everything, and then move on. So whether that is for those 5-10 minutes, I'm messaging one of my friends or my older sister just to kind of talk to them and help get me out of my head, or just to rant for a second. If I need to and I can talk with them, great. We'll go with that. If not, just kind of sit there, analyze why I'm feeling that way, and figure it out. If I can't figure it out, okay, well then we need to just move on. We need to do something I enjoy. So I will do something, whether it gets me out of my house, out of my room, or just out of my head. I have to do something that I enjoy. So a lot of the time when I'm dealing with depression, maybe I'll go make some YouTube shorts and have some fun messing with footage that I already have and just adding some music, montaging it, and throwing it out there. Maybe I'm going to sit down and I'm going to draw or paint. I absolutely love watercolors, so sometimes I'll just pull out my watercolors and make something. I also love reading, so maybe if I'm really depressed and, maybe it's really gloomy outside like it is today, I'll sit down and read for a little bit just to kind of escape reality. And that's a really good way for me to do it. Or maybe I'm going to hop on a phone call, like I said, with one of my siblings or my friends. And that can just help get me out of my head. Now, if the weather is nice enough, it's not like stormy or anything, I will take Lotus on a walk, whether it's for 20 minutes or if it's for 2 hours, because then I am outside, I'm exercising. And for me, exercise definitely helps me get into a better headspace. Now, if it's something like, oh, my chronic illnesses are making it so I can't get out of bed, I'm just going to figure out something that I can do in my room, on my bed maybe, of some kind of art to get me out of my head. Like I said, making a YouTube video, painting. Maybe I'm just going to draw for a little bit. There's several things that you can do, but that's kind of how I deal with bad days. Sometimes, on very rare occasions, I just hide and don't interact with humans, very rarely, and then sometimes I write music. I don't know. We're dealing with it. We deal with bad days, and it's okay. Everyone does. What is something you're proud of but you don't talk about that much? So, although I'm not proud of the last few I've done, I am really proud of myself for doing the acting challenges. So, originally, I started doing these probably back in November. I would do several in a day, and I would just do them like once a week or something. And what I would do is I would just post it privately so only I could see it. Well, back at the beginning of the year, I started posting them on other social media platforms, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to ask you guys on YouTube if you want to see them. And everyone said yes. And so I started posting them on YouTube, and immediately they get a lot more views on YouTube, which is a little bit nerve wracking because now thousands of people have seen my terrible acting, but they've also seen some of my better acting. So, I mean, there's pluses and minuses to it. Some have definitely been better. And then sometimes I think I get a really great one, and then I get like 3 really terrible ones. That's how I'm feeling right now. I feel like they've been bad for a minute, but it's okay. We're working on it. We're in day 50. Either way, I am really proud of myself for actually pushing through that anxiety and posting them anyway, even if I don't love them. Because even some of the ones I don't love, people have told me that they're doing pretty well. And even on the ones that I absolutely hate, you guys are able to go in and give me advice on how to fix it. And I have been using your guys' advice, and it's honestly been helping me improve. Now, there are definitely still days where I absolutely hate what I'm making, but I'm going to post it anyway because it's showing the progress. And sometimes progress isn't linear and you go back down a step, and that's okay. That's fine. But like I said, I'm just really proud of myself for pushing past that anxiety and posting them every day anyway. What advice would you give to your younger self? There's so many ways I could go with this. That is a good question. Okay, so it depends on what we're talking about. Let's say 10 years ago me, and it's to do with the chronic illness stuff. I'm going to say, don't give up. Keep going. There's answers that are going to come. You're going to be okay, but you just have to keep fighting and keep going, keep smiling. Even if it seems impossible, tomorrow is going to come. It's going to be okay. And I know that's something that like I could tell myself and I would not believe a word of it, but you know, it's there. There's weird sounds in here and I can't tell if it's in my ears or if it's actually my room. I think it's my room, but I don't know, it just stopped, so. It sounds like just before I pass out though, so that's really weird. What is a goal you're currently working towards? Okay. If you're here, you know I'm working towards being a working artist and an actress. And, you know, I am actually out here at college, not only for theater, but also for metal engraving. I am a working engraver. I have made money from that, and I'm still working on it. Very new to it, have not made much money from it, but, you know, if your life was a reality TV show, what would it be called? I think this has to be from one of my friends. Which one of y'all did that? Okay. My life was a reality TV show. You know what? I think I know. Okay. It'd be called Caspin's Chaotic Chronicles. Or the Chaotic Chronicles of Caspin. One of those. I feel like, you know, sometimes my life is a reality TV show. I don't know what's happening. Would you survive the zombie apocalypse? What is this? What are these questions? Would you survive the zombie apocalypse? Why or why not? Yes and no. Yes, because I feel like I'm very crafty, and I could figure out a way to survive. No, because I have a port in my chest and I would not survive very long because it would get clotted and then I would die at some point and it would not be great. If it weren't for Lotus, I wouldn't go outside. I don't know. I don't pay attention to the news. And so I feel like there would be some way the zombie apocalypse starts. I got stuck in my room because I got some email about school being canceled. And so I just don't go outside. I just kind of hide in my room doing art. And then, you know, newsflash, I go outside 3 months later and it's the zombie apocalypse. And I didn't even know it. That's, there's my answer, guys. What's with the necklace? Okay. I'm assuming they're talking about my choker because I do have a choker on 9% of the time. And I don't think I had another necklace on when I did this story. So the choker is a yin and yang little charm. Noah actually has the other one. We've had him for quite a few years now. This is on like 90% of the time. I rarely ever take this thing off. And originally it was a chain necklace, but the chain was broken and I just kept forgetting to wear it like that. And so I ended up putting it onto a choker because I wore chokers all the time. And so I just put it on the choker, put it on, and it honestly is rarely ever not on anymore. I obviously take it off for things like photo shoots, formal events, any kind of audition where I need to not have it on. But besides that, it's on pretty much all the time. But it's just my little best friend necklace, and it's just special to me because it's like I said, it's a necklace of my best friend. Now the resin in the front has fallen out, and so it has now been filled with golden nail polish, gold sparkly nail polish. And I have to paint the back with clear nail polish because it's copper and it turns my neck green. So it does occasionally come off just so I can reapply nail polish and everything. But that's about it. Anyway, I think that is all the questions I had. I am actually surprised that took as long as it did to get through all of those. But thank you guys for submitting your questions. And I don't know when we're going to do another Q&A, but eventually. So if you guys have more questions, just let me know. And for now, if you have questions, you can put them in the comments and I'll try and answer them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!